Hello my dear students, welcome back to Aditya Tutorials. I am Rahul and now I'm going to discuss here the stoichiometry and the problems on the stoichiometry. We'll discuss very simple examples in the beginning. Take an example here. What I have here, I have 8 gram of ethane. Okay. And I have to calculate the amount of water produced when the 8 gram of ethane is burned. So here is the given data. How to calculate amount of water produced from this. And for that I need a chemical equation, that too a balanced chemical equation, students. Let's start the equation here. That is, the first I'm going to write ethane, that 2 carbons should be there in that. Therefore, it is CH3, single bond, CH3. Or you can write here C2H6 also. Plus, you need here oxygen, O2. And that gives rise to a product. Remember that in last video I was explained that whenever a hydrocarbon is burned in presence of air, it always produces carbon dioxide and water. H2O. Now the states here, this ethane is in the form of gas, oxygen is in the form of gas, carbon dioxide is also in the form of gas, and water is also in the form of gas because it is in the presence of vapor, students. Now let's see whether this equation is balanced or not. Here we have 2 carbons, but in this side we have only 1 carbon, and therefore I'm going to multiply this with the 2. So this carbon dioxide multiplied by 2 because we have here 2 carbons. Let's see the hydrogens here. 3 hydrogens over here and here 3 hydrogens. 3 plus 3, 6, and here we have only 2 hydrogens. To make it 6, I multiply this with the 3. Okay, let's come to the oxygen. So here only 2 oxygens are there, but here we have 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 3 oxygens, that is 7 oxygens we have. But this side we have only 2 oxygens. To make it 7, I just multiply here 3.5. That is indicated by 3 is to 1 divided by 2. This is a 3.5 multiplied with the oxygen. Now it is a balanced chemical equation. This is a balanced chemical equation. Okay, when equation get balanced, move to the next part. We have to convert into the moles. Here we have only one molecule, therefore it is 1 mole of ethane react with 3:1/2 moles of oxygen, produces 2 moles of carbon dioxide and 3 moles of water. 3 moles of water. Okay, up to it is here correct. We have taken here 8 gram of ethane. Okay, so therefore moles should be converted into grams. Only ethane and the water we required here. And therefore 1 mole of ethane, I'm going to write here CH3, the molecular mass of the ethane. There are 2 carbons are there, therefore 2 multiplied by 12. Along with that, there are 6 hydrogens are there, 6 multiplied by 1. That is equal to, we get here, that is 30 grams. That is 24 plus 6, 30. So here 30 gram of ethane if you take, that react with any amount of oxygen and produces here water along with the carbon dioxide, but we need here only water in the consideration because in the question we have only water molecule. Therefore 3 into the mole of water, that is H2O, molecular mass of water, is equal to 2 plus 16, that is equal to 18 we have, that is 18 here, that is nothing but 36, right? That is, sorry, it is a 54, students, 54. Okay, it means that 30 gram of ethane react with any amount of oxygen and produces carbon dioxide and 54 gram of water. Okay, now we make an equation here. 30 gram of ethane react and produce 54 gram of water. Here it is given 8 grams. Therefore 8 gram of ethane react with any amount of oxygen and produces x gram of water. Cross multiply and it will give x is equal to 54 multiplied by 8 and divided by 30, and that is equal to, we get here 14.4 grams. So this is the answer. It meant that when 8 gram of ethane get combust or get burned in air, it produces 14.4 gram of water. Okay students, hope you understood this question. Let's see one more question we're going to solve here. The question is, how many moles of methane required to produce 88 gram of carbon dioxide? So here we have methane, the moles of methane we required, moles of methane is required, and given that the 88 gram of carbon dioxide, CO2. Let's build a chemical equation here. The methane, that is CH4, and that is reacting with oxygen, O2, and gives rise to here carbon dioxide, plus we get here water, plus H2O. Okay, now all are in the gaseous phase. It is a gas, it is also gas, it is also gas, and here the water is also in the form of gas because it is in the vapor phase. Let's see now the methane, molecular mass of methane 12 plus. Okay, check whether it is, the given equation is balanced or not. So here one carbon, okay, here also one carbon. Here 4 hydrogens are there, but in this side we have only 2 hydrogens, and because of that reason I just convert or multiply this water molecule with a 2. Now hydrogen get balanced. And what about the oxygen here? Oxygen here it is 2. Here we have 2, here 2, 4 we have, but here we have only 2. Therefore I multiply this with a 2. Now this is a balanced chemical equation. Balanced equation. Once you balance, then you apply the next step. So here we have to convert the chemical reaction into moles. The methane is 1 mole because the coefficient is 1. The oxygen we taken here 2 moles because 2 is the coefficient, and that gives rise to 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. 2 moles of water. Now here we need the moles of methane, but the given is carbon dioxide should be 88 gram. So therefore in the next step I keep the methane as a mole only, it's 1 mole. That gives rise to the 1 mole of carbon dioxide mass that is given here in the 88 gram. So therefore 1 mole should be converted into the gram. अगर मान लो कि यहाँ पे ग्राम नहीं है, वॉल्यूम दिया है, तो मोल को हम वॉल्यूम में कन्वर्ट करेंगे या फिर नंबर में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. देखो मोल हम कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे 3 तरीके से. द वन यू कैन express in terms of mass, in terms of volume, and in terms of numbers, number of particles. That is our get number and all you have to write. So but in this question they are asking here 88 gram of carbon dioxide. तो हमको क्या करना है, यहाँ पे एक मोल जो यहाँ पे दिया है इसको हम कन्वर्ट करेंगे ग्राम में. अगर यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम दिया है तो वॉल्यूम में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, नंबर दिया है तो नंबर में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. फिलहाल तो अभी है क्या है यहाँ पे 88 ग्राम ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. देयरफॉर मास ऑफ 1 मोल ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज 44 grams. So 1 mole of methane is gives 44 ग्राम ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. तो अभी हमको क्या करना है, तो x moles of methane react with any amount of oxygen and produces here 88 gram of carbon dioxide, and for that x is equal to, cross multiply it, we get here 88 into 1 divided by 44. Okay, this is 44 ones and it is 44 by 2s. Okay, that is equal to 2 moles. 2 moles of methane is required to produce 88 gram of carbon dioxide. Okay, let's see one more problem, students. Here The same formula I will take, that is CH4, and it is reacting with the two molecules of oxygen. I will first initially only I balance it and produces carbon dioxide and two molecules of water, H2O. Now here this is a 16 gram of methane reacting with 64 gram of oxygen and producing here 44 gram of carbon dioxide and 36 gram of water. So same thing you can convert into, so in other forms. For example, in this question, if I ask that what is the number of methane molecules required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide. 22 gram of carbon dioxide. For that, what you will do? So here, number of methane molecules they are asking. So therefore, this 16 is nothing but a 1 mole. This is 2 mole. It is 1 mole. And here it is 2 moles. The mole can be converted into grams and numbers, and even in the volumes. The 1 mole of methane can be converted into numbers, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules of methane react with any amount of oxygen and produces here carbon dioxide. But carbon dioxide given in the grams. Therefore, I take here 44 gram of carbon dioxide. And they are asking that how many number of methane molecules are required to produce 22 grams. Here it is a 22 grams, students. But how much amount of methane required to produce a carbon dioxide of 22 grams? That I will take here x. So now again cross multiply these. We'll get here x is equal to, so 22 into 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 divided by 44. And this is 1 and this is 2 and we get here 0.5, or you will get here 3.011 into 10 to the power of 23 methane molecules required to produce here 22 gram of carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay, hope you understood these problems. So on this basis, we're going to discuss one more concept that is known as limiting reagents. Let's see. So limiting reagent, this is a very interesting concept. You'll get definite questions on the limiting reagent. This is a very important concept. To understand this concept, I have to take one example. Assume that there are 10 A molecules and reacting with 10 B molecules, and they are producing the product that is 10 AB. 10 AB, students. I just modify this condition. This is a case 1. Case 1. In this case, you just observe that the number of atoms of A are completely reacting with the number of atoms B and producing here 10 AB. After the completion of the reaction, or before the completion of reaction, we have some data here. Initial, this A atom having 10, B having here 10, and the product is 0 because here the reaction is not started. After the completion of reaction, that is final, we have here 0, 0, and here it is 10 because the reaction is completed here. So in this reaction, the number of reactants are sufficient to complete the reaction, or the product is completely formed. No reactant is left. No reactant is left here. The complete product is formed. Take one more example here. Now case 2. This time I will take 5A plus 10B and it gives rise to some product that is AB. I'm not going to mention here now what amount of AB is produced. But at initial case, A is 5 and B is 10 and AB produced is 0. But in the final case, just check it. 5A atoms or the molecules are completely react with 5B. Therefore, here the 5A atoms are reacting with, here two parts are divided in the B, the 5B and 5B. So 5A completely react with the 5B. The 5B, the other reactant is unreacted because there is no 5A here. So therefore, at the final case, we get here the A is completely reacted and it is 0. A is completely react with the B. Out of 10B, only 5B are reacted to the A. Therefore, here B is 5. And the product we get, that is very interesting. In the previous case, you've seen that 10A react with the 10B and produces 10AB. But in this case, 5A reacting with the 5B and producing here 5AB. Therefore, here we get 5AB. So in this case, AB is a product and here B is a reactant that is left unreactedly. So limiting reagent, it is very important concept. Many times you get many questions on this limiting reagent concept. It can be understood very easily by taking one example. So here is a reactant A and this reactant is reacting with B and producing here the product AB. Okay, so clearly observe here 1A react with a 1B and producing here AB. That is 1A. I can write this 1A in terms of 1 mole of B and producing here 1 mole of AB. It is a mole to mole reaction. Now we'll take this in the number, the 1 atom, or you can say that 1 mole you can convert into 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23, or in the grams or in the volumes. But let's see this same reaction at the higher level. Assume that I have here 2 molecules of A or 2 atoms of A and that is reacting with 1 molecule of B and now it producing here only 1 molecule of AB. 1 molecule of AB. What is the reason for this? Why not a 2AB here? The reason is out of the 2A, only 1A reacting with the B. Okay, so here we can divide it. Out of these two, A, only 1 B atom is reacting with the A. These two are reacting and producing here the product AB. Okay, so after the reaction, we have in the reactant side only A is left, B is 0 and the product is AB. And in this case, the A is present on the reactant side even after the completion of stopping the reaction. This A is called excess reagent. And on completing the reaction, there is one reactant which is completely consumed, is known as limiting reagent. And why it is called as a limiting reagent? Because only this reagent, limiting reagent, decides the amount of product. Hope you understood this. Let's take the same concept with some other example. Assume that there is 10A atoms and they are reacting with 10 B molecules and producing here 10 AB. In this case, I will take initial chemical reaction, initial, or when time t is equal to 0. We see that there are 10 A atoms, or you can convert them into moles, 10 moles, or grams, or you can convert into volume. And here we have 10 B atoms, and it producing here 0 AB because the reaction is not yet started. अभी तक reaction start नहीं हुआ है. Final T is equal to T dash. तो कुछ समय के बाद क्या होगा, A एंड B रिएक्ट करेंगे. रिएक्ट होने के बाद यहाँ पे कंप्लीट रिएक्ट होगा क्योंकि एक एटम ऑफ B रिएक्ट विद वन एटम ऑफ A रिएक्ट विद B. सो इट बोथ आर सेम नंबर्स. देयरफॉर यहाँ पे रिएक्शन कंप्लीट होने के बाद यहाँ पे मिलेगा हमको 0 और यहाँ पे 0 मिलेगा और ये रहेगा यहाँ पे 10 AB. ओके, वी ऑब्जर्व द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट. मान लो कि यहाँ पे हमारे पास है 5A and that is reacting with the 10B and it producing here only 5AB. So if you got a confusion here, then give attention here. Why it gives only a 5AB? At initial, when time t is equal to 0, we have here 5 A atoms and 10 B atoms, and the product is 0. After some time, that is when reaction is complete, final, when time is equal to some t dash time, after that time, what happens here? 5 A atoms react with the 5 atoms of B. Okay, यहाँ पे तो 5 atoms है, तो 5 atom react करेंगे 5 atoms of B के साथ. देखो केयरफुली ऑब्जर्व करो, 5 atoms of A react with 5 atoms of B. तो दोनों कंप्लीट होंगे यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं बचेगा, ये 0 हो गया. लेकिन 5 atoms of A react with the 5 atoms of B, लेकिन B कितने यहाँ पे 10. तो out of 10 only 5 are taken by the A, so remains how much? 5B. Therefore 5 B atoms are left and the product. तो टोटल इसमें कितने रिएक्ट हो गए? 5A react with the 5B, so therefore we get here 5B. Okay, this is the product after some time. So ये जो रिएक्टेंट है A, ये जो रिएक्टेंट है, ये रिएक्शन में बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो गया और ये कंप्लीटली कंज्यूम हो गया. So A is completely consumed. Completely consumed. And because of this reason, it is called as limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. और ये जो B है, this B is remains in the reactant site. Reactant site बच गया. क्यों बच गया यहाँ पे? इसके साथ रिएक्ट करने के लिए ये बचा ही नहीं है. तो B एटम जो रहेगा इसको हम कहेंगे excess reagent. Excess reagent. Okay students. And limiting reagent, याद रखो इसको, limiting reagent only decides the amount of product formed. कितना प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म करने वाला है, that depends upon the limiting reagent, not on the excess reagent, students. Okay, let's see one more point now, that we're going to apply the limiting reagent concept to a particular chemical reaction. Let's see the sodium hydroxide. It is given by NaOH. It is called as sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. And the sodium hydroxide is a base. It is base. And this sodium hydroxide is reacting with HCl. HCl is called as hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Obviously, it is an acid. And these two combine and produce the product, that is NaCl, sodium chloride, and water plus H2O. Okay, this is very simple reaction now. And this reaction I am going to convert into the number of moles. Whether this reaction is balanced or not, first we have to check. See here what we have. Here one sodium and here also one sodium. Okay, it is balanced. Here one oxygen, balanced. Here one hydrogen and here is one hydrogen and here two hydrogens are there, that is also balanced. Here is one Cl and here also one Cl, and okay, it is balanced. So this is balanced chemical equation. Important thing is that limiting reagent or stoichiometry is applicable only for the balanced chemical equations. Let's see now what we have. So here the one molecule of sodium hydroxide react with the one molecule of HCl, and therefore I am going to write here, instead of one molecule I write here 1 mole. 1 mole of sodium hydroxide react with 1 mole of hydrochloric acid, and producing here 1 mole of NaCl plus 1 mole of water. 1 mole of water. I will change this reaction in a different way. Just keep eye on this reaction. Just I will take here 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, but I will take here only 1 molecule of HCl, and it producing here the same products NaCl plus H2O. And we have to check which one is limiting reagent and which one is a excess reagent. In this case, we have 2 moles of sodium hydroxide reacting with 1 mole of HCl and producing here 1 mole of NaCl and 1 mole of water. Okay, but in this reaction 1 mole of sodium hydroxide required 1 mole of HCl. Okay, so therefore in this case 2 moles of sodium hydroxide required here 2 moles, but it is given only 1 mole. Okay, so in this case, this one, remember, this one is required is 2 moles. Why 2 moles? Because here we have 2 moles of sodium hydroxide, therefore required is 2 moles, but given is 1 mole. So in the given reaction, the HCl, the hydrochloric acid, is given less or limited amount. Hence it is called as limiting reagent. In this case, the sodium hydroxide given more, right? It is given more as compared to HCl. First, to calculate the HCl, we taken the reference of sodium hydroxide. To study the sodium hydroxide calculations, we have to refer the HCl. Now compared to HCl, sodium hydroxide is 2 mole. It is given excess. It is excess reagent. And what about the sodium hydroxide and HCl react and produce the how much amount of products here? The products are accordance with the 1 mole of HCl. The 1 molecule of HCl react with the 1 molecule of sodium hydroxide and produces 1 mole of NaCl and 1 mole of H2O. Let's see one more example like this only. Now assume that here I have a one reaction, that is sodium hydroxide, NaOH reacting with HCl and producing here NaCl plus H2O. Okay, in the equation they given that this is 10 moles and HCl is 5 moles, and we have to find that how much amount of sodium chloride is formed, and also we have to calculate the which one is limiting reagent and which one is excess reagent. And for that, so here we have given sodium hydroxide NaOH is equal to 10 moles. This is a process of calculation, students. Okay, now HCl given, that is 5 moles. Let's see, any one you have to pick, either sodium hydroxide or HCl. So first step number 1, in that you have to calculate the amount of HCl required. Amount of HCl required. This is you have to calculate, or either you can calculate here amount of NaOH required, like that. So given here 10 moles of NaOH given and 5 moles of HCl given, but actually this reaction is mole to mole reaction, means 1 mole of NaOH is completely react with the 1 mole of HCl. This is the equation. So 1 मोल NaOH रहेगा तो 1 मोल HCl लेना है तो रिएक्शन कंप्लीट होगा. तो यहां पे दिया क्या है? सो 10 मोल्स ऑफ NaOH इज गिवन. ओके, तो यहां पे क्या लिखेंगे? 5 मोल्स नहीं, हमको यहां पे लिखना है x मोल्स. x मोल्स वी हैव टू राइट. क्यों x मोल्स चाहिए हमको? 10 मोल्स के लिए कितना HCl चाहिए वही हमको कैलकुलेट करना है. सो देयरफॉर आई एम रिटन हियर अमाउंट ऑफ HCl रिक्वायर्ड. अगर मान लो कि तुम यहां पे लिख रहे हो कि अमाउंट ऑफ NaOH इज रिक्वायर्ड, तो वहां पे क्या करना है आपको? 1 मोल ऑफ NaOH रिएक्ट कंप्लीटली विद द 1 मोल ऑफ HCl. यहां पे x मोल ऑफ NaOH रिएक्ट विद द 5 मोल्स लेना है, तो थोड़ा सा अल्टर करना है. तो ये समझ में आ गया शायद. अमाउंट ऑफ HCl रिक्वायर्ड इज इक्वल टू, ये मोल टू मोल रिएक्शन, ये केमिकल रिएक्शन से स्टोकियोमेट्री से हमको पता चलता है. एंड इट इज ए गिवन पार्ट एंड इट इज रिएक्शन पार्ट. तो रिएक्शन पार्ट का पहले हमको लिखना है, उसके बाद लिखना है हमको गिवन पार्ट. यहाँ पे 10 मोल ऑफ NaOH दिया है, यहाँ पे 5 दिया है, लेकिन हमको x लेना है. 10 मोल के लिए कितना चाहिए, तो x कैलकुलेट करेंगे. तो x यहाँ पे जाएगा तो ये यहाँ पे आएगा, तो यहाँ पे बनेगा ये 10 इंटू 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 दैट इज इक्वल टू 10 मोल्स. 10 मोल्स ऑफ HCl is required स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट थोड़ा सा आगे जाएंगे. सो गिवन HCl इज इक्वल टू 5 मोल्स. ओके, लेकिन हमको रिक्वायर्ड कितनी है यहाँ पे? 2 मोल ऑफ सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड के लिए रिएक्शन होने के लिए. सो इट इज गिवन इज दैट इज 5 मोल्स. रिक्वायर्ड यहाँ पे लिखना है रिक्वायर्ड HCl is equal to we have here 10 moles. तो रिएक्शन में ये दोनों को कंपेयर करना है. हमको चाहिए यहाँ पे 10 मोल्स, बट रिएक्शन मिक्सचर में दिया गया यहाँ पे 5 मोल्स. तो कंपेयर करने में ये कम है, मतलब गिवन जो है इट इज लेस. गिवन इज लेस. आई विल राइट हियर द गिवन HCl is less, therefore it is limited. If it is limited, this is called as limiting reagent. ओके, और दूसरा जो रहेगा यहाँ पे सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, दैट शुड बी द एक्सेस रिएजेंट. तो चलो हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पे अमाउंट ऑफ HCl था, वहां पे हम लेंगे सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. अब एग्जाम में कोई एक मेथड यूज करो. तो चलो अब नेक्स्ट देखेंगे यहाँ पे. सो अमाउंट ऑफ NaOH रिक्वायर्ड. तो इसको क्या करना है? देखो 1 मोल ऑफ NaOH, ये केमिकल इक्वेशन, बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन से लिखना है. 1 मोल ऑफ NaOH रिक्वायर्स 1 मोल ऑफ HCl. ठीक है, तो यहां पे NaOH रिक्वायर्ड हमको, तो रिक्वायर्ड NaOH को मैं लिखूंगा यहाँ पे x, और गिवन HCl जो है यहां पे आप देख सकते हो इट इज गिवन 5 मोल्स. लेट्स सी. सो इट इज 5 मोल्स HCl, x NaOH, x मोल ऑफ NaOH. तो x इज इक्वल टू कैलकुलेशन करना है, ये x यहाँ पे जाएगा और 5 यहाँ पे आएगा. 5 इंटू 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 1 होगा, तो ये यहाँ पे 5 मोल्स ऑफ NaOH. 5 मोल्स ऑफ NaOH रिक्वायर्ड. दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड. नाउ आपको क्या करना है? गिवन लिखना है पहले. गिवन कितना है यहाँ पे? चेक वंस अगेन. तो गिवन था यहाँ पे 10 मोल्स. ओके, given is 10 moles of NaOH. But how much it is required? Required is 5 moles. 5 moles of NaOH. तो अभी दोनों को कंपेयर करेंगे. गिवन जो है यहाँ पे 10 मोल्स है, रिक्वायर्ड जो है यहाँ पे 5 मोल है. ये दोनों को कंपेयर करने के बाद गिवन में NaOH जो है वो एक्सेस दिया है. दिस इज एक्सेस. So if it is excess as compared to required, then it is called as excess reagent. So now come to the reaction. NaOH that given at 10 moles and reacting with the 5 moles of HCl and gives rise to how much amount of product. तो इसको कैसे कैलकुलेशन करना है? So this is the amount of NaCl. आपको एग्जाम में वाटर का भी पूछ सकते हैं, लेकिन मैंने यहाँ पे लिया है NaCl. तो यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट स्टेप जो रहेगा, स्टेप नंबर 2, वी हैव टू टेक लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट इज लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट के बारे में मेंशन करना है. रिएजेंट इज HCl. लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट जो है यहाँ पे HCl रहेगा. तो लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट HCl है. सो इट इज गिवन कितना है? गिवन दैट इज 5 मोल्स. और केमिकल रिएक्शन से, जो केमिकल रिएक्शन है NaOH रिएक्ट विद HCl गिव्स राइज टू NaCl प्लस H2O. ये बेसिक केमिकल इक्वेशन है. यहाँ पे सभी मोल टू मोल रिएक्शन है. तो हमको रिलेशन पता है यहाँ पे HCl रिएक्ट विद एनी अमाउंट ऑफ NaOH एंड प्रोड्यूसेस हियर NaCl. और ये 1 मोल ऑफ HCl रहेगा तो 1 मोल ऑफ NaCl प्रोड्यूस होगा. तो वही कंडीशन लेंगे. 1 मोल ऑफ HCl react with any amount of NaOH and produces here 1 mole of NaCl. Okay, so now here it is given 5 moles. 5 moles produces here x moles of NaCl. We cross multiply this and we get here x is equal to, x यहाँ पे आएगा तो 5 into 1 divided by 1 होगा, so that is equal to 5 students. Hope you understood this. So amount of, this is 5 moles of NaCl is produced. So ये तो बहुत ही सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन था. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे कुछ कॉम्प्लेक्स एग्जांपल्स को लेके फॉर द लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट. एंड स्टिल देन थैंक यू फॉर द वॉचिंग स्टूडेंट्स.